Some players require steadier focus, others need better patterns, and a few are one small change away from a big shift. One small shift can change everything for these players heading into 2026. Number 10, Ben Shelton. Ben Shelton's 2025 season exploded in all the right ways. A first Masters 1000 title, a breakthrough into the top 10, huge wins across the year, and a level of confidence that makes you stop and pay attention every time he steps on court. For 2026, though, his biggest task is not reaching new heights. It is holding his place among the elite without losing the aggression that got him here. The step from top 20 to top 10 is hard. The step from simply being top 10 to staying top 10 is even harder. He has incredible power, a bold attitude in rallies, improved movement, and a much better feel for when to strike. But holding a top 10 ranking across a full year demands consistency under pressure, not just highlight real peaks. A Grand Slam title in 2026 might be premature for him because the top of the game right now is controlled by two men who set a brutal standard. But finishing the next season inside the top 10 again would be a major statement. It would show he is not just a young threat with streaky bursts. It would show he belongs in the closing stages of the biggest events again and again. As long as he keeps building his rally tolerance, shortens his cold patches, and reinforces his calmer side in close matches, he puts himself in a position where bigger titles eventually open up. Number 9, Jack Draper. Jack Draper enters 2026 with one need above everything else: a body that lets him play an entire season without setbacks. Nothing has held him back more than constant stops and restarts. His level at the beginning of 2025 showed how dangerous he can be when he is pain-free. He produced heavy ball striking, steady aggression, and the confidence of a player who knows he can crack the top 5 if momentum stays on his side. But the reality heading into 2026 is simple. He has a chunk of points to defend early in the calendar, and any dip in availability puts him in a tough position fast. The quality is there, his mind is sharp. His lefty patterns trouble plenty of top players. The problem is the calendar never waits for anyone, and he cannot afford a repeat of last year's unpredictable gaps. He does not need tactical reinvention right now. He needs time on court, uninterrupted, to build rhythm through actual matches. If he gets that, everything else takes care of itself. If he does not, the ranking will swing again, and he will feel pressure he does not deserve at this stage of his career. Number 8, Lorenzo Musetti. Lorenzo Musetti reached the top 10 by presenting something rare in modern men's tennis: a measured, patient, shape-driven game that frustrates opponents who rely on pure force. His technique is clean. His creativity is high. His variety gives him angles and speeds that others cannot easily read. His 2025 season proved he can sustain this level across long stretches, and that might be his biggest strength. He is not a player who blasts opponents away. His style depends on discipline and accuracy, which means his margin for error is thinner than the big hitters around him. That is why remaining in the top 10 is a genuine challenge, even though he has shown the quality to do it. His ceiling is different from Shelton's because he does not generate the same free points. That does not limit his potential. It simply means his path involves holding a steady baseline throughout the year. He needs weeks where he plays flawlessly in patterns he trusts, not reinventing himself or chasing power he does not naturally create. If he repeats the consistency of last year, he can stay inside the top 10. Number 7, Taylor Fritz. Taylor Fritz remains one of the most solid and dangerous competitors in the top 10. His 2025 season reflected stability at a high level. Heavy baseline strikes, confident finishing, calm execution and pressure points. He has shown he can match the top players for long stretches, even if he has not broken through for a defining moment at a slam. The question around him heading into 2026 is direct. What must he add to move from dependable top 10 player to real Grand Slam threat? He already produces big hitting from both wings. He already stands tall in tight sets. He already brings belief into matches against players ranked above him. But the modern game demands flexibility, and his next step requires more than raw power. Fritz needs additions, not replacements. A sharper transition game gives him a way to end points earlier against the elite defenders. More spin variation at key moments stops rallies from becoming predictable. A wider range of return patterns helps him break open sets that previously stayed locked at small margins. If he brings these new layers, he shrinks the space between himself and the two giants who currently rule the sport. Winning a slam in 2026 is a monumental task because the top of the game has reached a brutal standard. But a deep bum 5-set clash with Sinner or Alcaraz in a semifinal or final, where he holds his level across the entire match, changes how the tennis world sees him. Number 6. Alex de Minaur. Alex de Minaur finished the 2025 season with the second highest number of ATP match wins, reached 12 quarterfinals, and qualified for the ATP finals for a second time. It was a year built on endurance, discipline, and a clarity of identity that few players have at that level. The only issue is the brick wall standing between him and the biggest trophies. His matchup with Jannik Sinner is brutal. His matchup with Carlos Alcaraz is nearly as tough. He can outmaneuver most of the tour, outlast them, and outsmart them. He cannot simply outrun those two. Their power pushes him far behind the baseline, and their consistency prevents him from compensating with speed alone. For 2026, de Minaur's realistic goal is simple: end the season still inside the top 10. That is success. Claiming a Masters 1000 or a Grand Slam is incredibly difficult when the path nearly always runs through both Alcaraz and Sinner. It is not enough to beat one. Major titles demand beating multiple elite players back-to-back. His style thrives against the majority of opponents. Against the best two, the gap widens. He can still trouble them with perfect execution, but doing it repeatedly within a single event is a mountain. Before we move to the next, like the video if you want more videos like this coming through the channel all season long. Number 5. Felix Auger-Aliassime. Felix returns to the top 10 after nearly 3 years outside it, and the jump feels earned. His confidence surged again, his precision sharpened, his decision-making improved. The technical foundation that once looked promising finally looks complete. His 2025 level put him right back among the biggest hitters on hard courts, and the difference from his earlier years is clear. He's no longer panics when momentum shifts. He has one of the strongest opening strikes on the tour. He controls rallies with early acceleration and hits through the court in a way only a small group of players can match. His confidence at the line has improved. His timing is crisp, and his presence feels heavier than before. The question for 2026 is not about capability. It is about sustaining this version of himself. What does he need this year? Stability. Nothing more complicated than that. His high level already puts him close to the two top names when the rallies lean toward pace. When he plays clean, he forces opponents backward immediately. When he trusts his instincts, he dictates the entire match. A Masters 1000 title is within reach if he strings together 3 or 4 straight matches with clear direction and no hesitation. Winning a slam is harder. That requires a perfect 2-week stretch, where his heaviest weapons stay sharp from start to finish. It is not impossible, but everything needs to line at once. He belongs in that tier of players who have the tools, but need timing and momentum to fall exactly right. Still, even without a slam run, a season where he holds the level he displayed in his best 2025 weeks positions him as a serious contender wherever the surface gives him some speed. This is the season where Felix has to show that the last year was not a spark, but a new standard. If he does that, big titles open up. If he slips back into passive phases or streaky confidence, the climb becomes harder. Number 4. Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic has nothing left to chase in the sport except the one number his fans care about more than anything, 25. The rest of his resume is already beyond comparison. But for that last major dream to stay alive, certain conditions need to line up, and 2025 showed the margins have become thin. The gap between Djokovic and the two brightest forces in the game widened this past season. When he faced both of them in slams, the matches slid away from him quickly. The problem was not tactical, it was physical. Long rallies drained him faster than before. Extended exchanges favored younger legs. When the rallies crossed certain lengths, his opponents controlled the direction, and he could not change tempo often enough to flip momentum. For 2026, his best opportunity lies in events where points stay short and bounce patterns work in his favor. Australia and Wimbledon stand out for that reason. He still reads patterns better than almost anyone. He still handles pressure with unmatched calm. But he needs to enter a slam with enough energy stored to handle the later rounds. If he reaches a semifinal or final with fresh legs, everything shifts. He also needs a bit of outside help. Against Jannik Sinner in particular, he faces a challenge he cannot solve through minor adjustments. Sinner hits too clean too deep, and too early for Novak to dictate consistently. If someone removes Sinner before Novak meets him, the path opens slightly. Against Carlos Alcaraz, things look different. Novak still understands how to trouble him, even though Alcaraz has improved since their last slam battle. The matchup is difficult, but not unreachable. Novak does not need to change who he is. He needs form spikes at the exact right moments and a draw that lets him conserve strength early. That gives him at least one final chance to turn a dream into reality. Number 3. Alexander Zverev. For Alexander Zverev, 2026 centers around one clear objective: picking up the Grand Slam that continues to slip just out of reach. No player in the modern era carries more deep slam runs without a title than him. He has reached late rounds repeatedly. He has taken out major names. He has beaten both Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz in slams before they reached their current dominance. But he still lacks the one trophy that would change everything about how his career is viewed. Zverev has the experience. He has the patience for long matches. He has the height advantage that lets him apply pressure without forcing outrageous risks. And he has the hunger that has only grown as he continues to hit ceilings others his age already broke through. His window is still open, but the sport has never been more stacked at the top. The issue is not his base level. The issue is what happens in the tightest moments. When matches stretch into deciding sets or late tiebreaks, he often defaults to safer patterns. That works against most opponents. Against Sinner or Alcaraz, passive patterns almost guarantee trouble. His speed is not enough to outrun their firepower, and his neutral hitting cannot outlast their intensity. For 2026, Zverev must shift his mentality in decisive phases. He needs boldness, not recklessness. Just a willingness to step forward, take the ball earlier, and trust his ability to hit into openings he normally plays away from. When he does that, he looks like a slam champion. When he does not, he allows matches to extend into areas where the two top players feel no pressure. Number 2, Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner closed 2025 as the second best player on earth despite missing 3 months of competition. That alone shows the level he reached. He beat almost everyone he faced. His control from the baseline made rallies feel predictable before they even started. His calm decision-making and pressure moments carried him to titles across the season, but there is one barrier he has not solved yet, and it stands between him and total dominance in 2026. Number 1, Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz reached a different level in 2025. His consistency sharpened, his decision-making matured. His match control improved across all surfaces. He produced the best season of his young career and closed the year with an aura that only the greatest players ever achieve. Now he enters 2026 with one target above all others: keep holding the edge over Sinner while adding new chapters to his legacy. Completing the career Grand Slam is a major opportunity. The Australian Open remains the one place where he has not played his very best yet. The surface is fast enough for him to attack, but the conditions do not always reward the heavy topspin patterns he likes. He has the capability to win it, he just has not found his ideal rhythm there. If he unlocks that part of his game in Melbourne, his resume changes forever. Beyond that, he must continue maintaining his advantage over Sinner. That rivalry shapes the sport now. Their matches push tennis into a new era. Sinner challenges him more than anyone else. Yet Alcaraz keeps edging the series because he adapts quicker when momentum swings. He has more ways to shift patterns mid-rally. He redirects pace with less effort. He carries the confidence of someone who has already beaten Sinner many times in crucial moments. In 2026, the main objective for Alcaraz is not reinventing himself. It is sustaining greatness without letting comfort settle in. The field behind him improves rapidly. The margins stay thin, but he holds the power to overwhelm, defend, create new looks, and stretch opponents into exhaustion. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more clean, direct tennis breakdowns delivered with real clarity. New videos are coming soon, and you will not want to miss them.